Okay, moving along in my death metal collection, we come to this next band, which is the letter H, and that is Hate Eternal. Now, this band is the band of legendary guitarist from ex Morbid Angel and currently in Cannibal Corpse, Eric Rutan. He's also a very well known music producer in the death metal scene. This is their first album, and this band started as a collaboration between himself and the one of the ex lead guitarists of uh, New York death metal band Suffocation, Doug Cerrito. As you can see, here's Eric Rutan right there. There's Doug here. After this album, Doug retired from music and he's an electrical engineer. He doesn't do bands anymore. So this is just plain black vinyl. This is their debut album. Eric Rutan produced every single one of his band's albums. He's been behind the mixing console on all of them. So this is their debut album, and it was the first one that he did in his studio, and it came out in 1999, and that's when I discovered the band. I actually heard about them in an interview in an old metal magazine, Brave Words and Bloody Knuckles, that I used to subscribe to, and I was a fan of Morbid Angel and Suffocation, so I knew that I would dig them. So yeah, I went and I got the album. So next up, their second album is more or less completely the only people that are still in the band is the bass player and Eric Rutan. Like I said, after the previous album, Doug Cerrito retired from playing music. So this is their second album, King of All Kings. The last one was called Conquering the Throne, by the way. This one came out in 2002. The cover artwork for this album is done by the dude that does most of Incantation stuff, and he's done some Immolation, and I think he did some Suffocation and some other stuff. This is just the plain black vinyl version, so I won't worry about showing you the actual vinyl itself. Next album, their third one I have, is a picture disc version, and it's I Monarch. There's the front. There's the back. It's pretty cool. When I heard this album originally, I wasn't as much of a fan. He changed the style of his songs to a more unconventional songwriting method. Now, I've learned to appreciate it now, but back in the day when that album came out, I wasn't as much of a fan. It came out in 2005. Next up, their fourth album is Fury and Flames. This album came out in 2008. There's the inside of the gatefold there with some lyrics, album credits, and some artwork, and some shot of the band. And their ex-bass player Jared Anderson passed away, and they dedicate this album to him. This album also features Alex Webster from Cannibal Corpse on bass, and Sean Kelly, the ex guitarist in Ripping Corpse with Eric. They played in Ripping Corpse back in the late 80s, early 90s, before he joined Morbid Angel. And the vinyl for this one's pretty cool. It's like a bubblegum marble swirly thing. Kind of cool. Oh, it's upside down. There it is. And I don't know if I said, but this one came out in 2008. So next up, we have their next album, which came with a bonus poster of the cover, so I'll show you that first. Album is called Phoenix Amongst the Ashes. I just have the plain black vinyl variant. When I initially ordered this, it was supposed to be a marble version that I got, but the dude sent me the plain black vinyl version. I think he gave me some money back because of that, partial refund. I can't remember. It was several years ago now. And then there's the back. This album came out in 2011. Next up, their next album is entitled Infernus. Pretty cool artwork on this one. Not the back there, but the front. This is their first album on Season of Mist record label. Inside you got your lyrics, album credits, and a shot of the band. Oops, knocked my ring light over there. So this album came out in 2015, and it is on solid green. Side A and side B. This album is ripping. I like this one. Actually, I like every Hate Eternal album, if I'm being honest. Hence why I have them. And the last one I have is their newest one, Upon Desolate Sands. This one features the ex-drummer of technical death metal band Necrophagist, they made 2 albums and they're very well known in the scene. Those albums are very good. Like, guitar nerds will love it because there's tons of like really complicated soulful guitar solos interwoven in the music of those 2 albums. And as soon as I can get them on vinyl, I will have them as well. I quite enjoy that band. It's a shame that they only put out the 2 albums before they split up, though. But yes, this album, Upon Desolate Sands, the newest Hate Eternal, came out in 2018. So he is definitely new to make a new Hate Eternal album soon. But after this one was released, he joined Cannibal Corpse to take Pat O'Brien's spot as their lead guitarist. So I'm hoping that he still spends the same amount of time with Hate Eternal that he did, and that Cannibal Corpse doesn't take him away from like writing Hate Eternal stuff, but time will reveal how that actually goes. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. That's my Hate Eternal collection. Cheers.